Hey, what's happening, guys? Coming to you from downforsoundshop.com once again, and in this video we're going to be giving you a in-depth tour of the Down for Sound JP33 Battleship Edition. But first, my name is Jonathan Price, owner and operator of downforsoundshop.com and this YouTube channel, which is two of the fastest growing things in car audio. If you will, hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you know every time we drop a video, and you'll get it sent to your inbox and you'll be able to check it out first. All right, so let's get into this video, and before any of you say something about my haircut being the perfect flat top, yes, I watched the Super Troopers video and I saw their cut on there. I was like, I need that exact cut. So I went to the barber. I'm like, bro, I need this. He said, I got you, fam. Hook me up. So all y'all getting tickets in this video. All right, so let's get this thing busted open. Again, the JP33, we just got in the big boy amplifiers. So the JP33 here. I'll go over the specs of it real quick. Again, we conservatively rate our stuff. I can guarantee you, everybody's like, I need the dyno videos. We need the dyno videos. Just know you're gonna at least get 3,300 watts. So you know you're gonna be getting what you pay for. 3,300 plus watts at 1 ohm. At 2 ohm, we have 2,300 watts. And RMS power 2 ohm linked is gonna be 7,000 watts. And the Bluetooth bass knob with voltage, clip, and temperature readings included. It's funny, in our last video where we released these amplifiers, I asked people like, who else do you know has a Bluetooth bass knob with all these features? And somebody said, oh, Kicker has one just like that. I'm like, oh really? I went and looked and I surely didn't see it anywhere. So I asked people, can you please post a link to the bass knob or to the amplifier that has the bass knob with all these features? Oh, they couldn't do it. They couldn't find it for some odd reason. Because ain't nobody done this yet. So don't be trying to throw no shade when there ain't no shade to be thrown. Kicker's a great company. Done awesome things. But they hadn't done that yet. So let's bust this one open. This JP33. Give you a in-depth tour of this. This will be a official unboxing. So you can see exactly the beautifulness you're gonna get when you order your very own JP33. Let's get it out of this plastic wrap. Oh, dropped it. So you can get like $3 off on this one. If you'd like to get $3 off on a JP33, call us 702-701-9800. We'll give you $3 off of any of these amplifiers, the big boy JP amps. All right, let's get everything out of here. So you'll see everything that you get in your JP33. That out of the way, we don't need that no more. All right, let's get this thing out of the plastic wrap so you can see all the beautifulness of this amplifier. Is it upside down? It's not upside down. Let's flip it this way. See that? Again, BattleShip Grey is what we did on this one. So the first thing that people ask is, how much is that? Remember, this is a Korean 3K. Some people sell their Korean 3Ks for over $1,000. Like a Sundown Salt 3, it's over $1,000. DC 3Ks are up there. What else? I can't remember. We sell a bunch of them. But this one, we're gonna do a crazy deal on, because I want to see a lot of people running these battleships in their bass rides. $599 for a Down for Sound JP33 Korean board amplifier is a steal of a deal. You're not going to beat this price anywhere, guaranteed. So you could run this. This will power some crazy subwoofers. Like, say if you had some Sundown X series subwoofers, you could run one of these per sub. You had 6 12s, you could do 6 of these bad boys. It looks sick. Kind of rhymed on that too. Anyway, so we'll start off with this side. As you can see, we have the heavy duty Tiffany style Rca connections. These things are built like a tank, or like a battleship, if you want to say that. Coming up here, we'll have the status indicator lights, power, protect, and clip. On our crossover network here, we have the gain, subsonic, low pass filter, and your phase. And then over here, you got input input slave, output master. So you can strap these amplifiers together, and that rating that said 7,000 watts, that's what it's talking about. So you could strap two of these amplifiers together, and one of them will obviously be the master and the second one will be the slave. So if this one was the master, you would leave it here, and then you would run that over to the other one, and the other amplifier you strapped it to, you would put it in slave mode. Also, a little hint or a little tip for you: a lot of people that have received amplifiers from us, not just our brand, but they'll hook them up and they're like, everything's good, the light's on, everything powers up, but I'm not getting any output out of the amplifier. 99% of the time, it's one of two things. It's either their bass setting on their head unit is turned off, they haven't turned on the sub output on their head unit, or this switch right here somehow has been bumped to the slave mode. So if you're just using one amplifier and this got bumped into the slave mode, it's looking for a signal from the master amplifier and it doesn't have one, so it's not going to put out anything. So before you switch this over, if you have the vehicle on, turn it off, switch this over to master, turn it on, and you'll be up and bumping. That's a helpful tip for you there. The speaker output terminals that we have here are 4 gauge, so heavy duty big boy output terminals on there. And before I show you the bottom of it, we're going to show you this side of it to let you know we're not playing any games when it comes to a 3K. We got dual 0 gauge power and grounds on this bad boy. Not playing any games. Some of you may be wondering, why is he taking the back off of that amplifier if it's got a clear plexiglass window on there? Well, you probably saw my face look like WTF. What was that noise when I turned the amplifier upside down? So what it is I'll show you real quick, and you can actually see it in there. So if you ever if you ever get an amplifier, obviously not just ours, it happens on every amplifier or anybody that makes amplifiers. So as you can see right here, in our case, there's a piece of plexi down there. Can you see that little piece of plexi that's leaned up against that MOSFET right there? It's right there. So it looks just like this right here, and you can see right here on this piece of plexi that it didn't cut all the way through on there. There's another one over here. So anyway, what happened in shipping was it must have got bumped and it fell out, and it ended up going inside the amp, which a piece of plastic really isn't going to hurt anything anyway. But we're going to go ahead and get that out of there, because if you have, like I said, any amplifier I've seen, every brand that I sell have sometime or another a person say, hey, there's something rolling around inside the amp. Like it could be a piece of a little solder bead or anything like a zip tie. And it causes people to go crazy because they're like, my amplifier shouldn't be making any noises when I flip it over or whatever. And if it's something big, like one of the bigger components that you have here, the fans broke off or something like that, then yeah, of course, that's going to be an issue. But when it's something small like this, you can recommend just, you can take this, and usually you won't, can you see that piece right there? So I'm gonna try to, if it was just me, if I wasn't trying to make a video, I would just leave this like this and dump it over and dump that piece out. But since I'm gonna try to do a little bit better, I'm gonna unplug the fan right here so I can set this off to the side. And now I'm just gonna flip the amplifier upside down and see if that piece will fall out. There we go. So that piece is out, so nothing else is inside the amplifier. And since we saw that other, where's it at? Yeah, this one right here that isn't all the way through, I'm gonna try to push that out. There we go, push that one out so we don't have the same issue happen. Let's see, here's one right here. There we go. Because these plexiglass pieces are over 2 times thicker than the standard plexi glass that comes on most amplifiers these days. So it looks like whatever that was cutting them, I'm sure it was a laser, didn't cut all the way through on those couple. Obviously putting the fan back on, hooking it back up, you want to make sure it goes on there correctly, and then you can close it back up. Again, it could be a piece of solder, piece of wire, anything. Just make sure that you get it out of there before you power the amplifier on, to be a little preventative measure there. And also when you're, especially on play, it doesn't matter so much when you have a metal amp back like most amplifiers come with. You don't have this pretty plexi piece. Make sure you don't over tighten it, because you will crack this plexiglass, because plexi is fairly delicate. So I usually put the setting on 1. So it's on 1, but obviously you want to make sure the screw head goes all the way down there. Okay, so it barely cinched down on there, so that's all we're looking for, is it to barely cinch down on there to hold it. All right, so we got that piece out of the amplifier. Let me flip this over so the Down for Sound logos look good on the caps right there. All right, so again, we do not skimp on anything when we build our amplifiers. We're gonna make sure you're getting great quality for a great price. And if you look down here, you're gonna see something that you don't see in most amplifiers. This is a Bluetooth chip. So this is what your Bluetooth bass knob connects to. Go ahead and pop this out, which is going to give you all the features that our bass knobs usually come with: your voltage, temperature, power protect. But you're going to have a pairing on this one, so when you pair the amplifier to, or the bass knob to the amplifier, and this will turn the amplifier on and off. So just be aware of that. That's how you turn the amplifier, or you can turn the amplifier on and off with the bass knob. All right, so we got our thick piece of plexi here, high flow fan. So I got my handy dandy measuring tape here. So let's go ahead and measure the width. Let's get this out of the way. Measure the width right here. Oh, that's going to be upside down if I do it that way. All right, so here and here, looks like width is right at 15 inches wide, maybe 15 1/4 on the width that way. And then on the depth, going to be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 9.5 inches wide. Then on height, shall we call it 3 inches? Yeah, we'll call it 3 inches to the top right here. There we go, 15 by 9.5 by 3 inches tall. So that should give you all the information that you need to know about the Down for Sound JP33, with 2 little bonus things in there. And if you have any other questions about this amplifier, I know people are going to be still asking about dynos. Yes, we're working on getting them dynoed for you. We want to make sure it's a third-party dyno, so we're not going to have any biased or I don't know, fake claims. People will always fudge numbers and stuff like that. We've never been about that, so we're not going to start doing that now. Anyway, so if you have any other questions about the amplifier, or whatever, pricing, sizing, all the features and everything, so I think that'll be everything. But if you have any questions, more than welcome to drop them in the comment section below, and I'll try to get them answered for you as soon as possible. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Later. What's happening, guys? If y'all enjoyed all the hot content that you saw in that video, be sure to follow me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram under the Lifer Price, and also Down for Sound Shop on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget Snapchat. I'm JPD4S on there, so be sure to check me out there. We'll see you in the next one. Later.